Good morning, everybody. Up and Adam, rise and shine. We are back on Eastern Island Standard Time. This is Johnny B, your host with the most rock and glow.
That's right, Johnny B, the hostess with the mostest, man. How you doing, brother? Can you hear us okay?
Good morning, brother. I'm doing fine, thank you.
Hey,
yes, sir.
Johnny
I can
B.
hear you.
Hey, Johnny B.
Through?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got you, man. We got you.
There we are.
There you are. Now, I should put this disclaimer out there that you are and have been in the witness protection program. So we can't divulge the location that you're in right now. But somehow or another, I was able to get a feed into this remote location where you can reach out to the rest of the world. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing fine, thank you, brother. Good morning, everybody. Up and Adam, rise and shine. We're back on Eastern Island Standard Time here on TikiManRadio.com. This is Johnny B, the original soul rebel on the island.
That's right. You are so good at that, Johnny.
I'm telling you, I told Johnny yesterday, Hippie Chick, that I don't care what he does, what happens in the future, whatever, he belongs on the airwaves somewhere.
Absolutely.
So hopefully it's going to be on Tiki Man Radio one of these days, right?
Oh, yeah. We've been working towards that. We came up with a lot of ideas yesterday in that 2-hour conversation.
It went by fast. 2 hours goes by fast when you and I are on the phone, talking about radio.
Yeah, it does. And I got to tell you, absolute pleasure. Hey, listen, I want to give a shout out to everybody in your studio, the cast and crew. I mean, you guys are doing a great job. You're doing a phenomenal job.
Oh, thank you.
Well, the longer I do radio, the more it turns into television. Okay, so
I noticed that. But we had to shut the whole world down.
That's right.
So you could get on television.
That's right.
I know. Whenever that happened, people were, and it was tragic for a lot of people. I get that, and it was the first time in our lifetime that we're able to slow time down. And for somebody like myself, man, I got to tell you, man, I was adding on to the tiki bar. I was building this, building that, doing figuring out cameras and all this stuff. I mean, I have to be creative, right? So, but it gave me the time to figure out how to do all this streaming and cameras and all that good stuff, So we perfected our art.
Well, you're doing a wonderful job. I got to tell you. You really, over the years, I've watched you grow. You've got an empire there. And you got a great crew. I tune in from time to time. I follow you on Facebook. You know that. I stay out of everybody's hair.
Mm-hmm.
And I just like to watch. I like to watch to see your success, to see your DJs grow. It's amazing. And you know me, I'm always there like you to help others be all you can be. Mm-hmm. If this is your passion, then follow it.
Well, I always consider you my mentor. You're the one who kind of, like a lot of people, discovered you one morning and, the magic of the interaction that you have with the audience and the characters that you created and all that stuff. And then when we started doing radio together, we just kind of carried that over. And then we had Rick Martinez and my brother from another mother, and then Robbie Collada, and a host of other ones that came along through that process too.
Oh yeah, what a great experience! What a great ride that's been. And by the way, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Bobby McQueen. Good morning, my brother from another mother, Mr. Rick Martinez. He's funny. There you go, the Allen truck driver, bro.
That's right. That's right.
I mean, Bob, he gets on the Allen and he's like, we got to have a truck. We had to barge one in. So he can just run in circles, toot, and, when he gets bored, he can just get in that 18-wheeler and ride around. But what a great experience that was. And what I find fascinating is that I see all these relationships that we created on the island. Mm-hmm. And these are people who may or may not have talked to one another on Facebook ever. So you've got attorneys talking to carpenters, you've got executives talking to boat captains, and you've got so many people that became friends through that show. Mm-hmm. And they were there every morning. Good morning, Kimberly Smith Norcross. Good to see you. And glad you tuned in to Danny's show here now.
That's right. Yeah, she doesn't pop in as much as she used to. I had to throw your name out there to get her to come back. Of course, Nicole Hall is out there. Her heart's always in Key West, and
Oh, yeah. I saw Nicole, and, I've been tuned in, and I just want to thank everybody. What a great family. All the Ohana on the island. Just fabulous. To this day, people are still connected.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's probably one of the greatest things I've ever done in my life, is to be able to bring smiles to people's faces and just connect people. I mean, that's all about what life is. You take the talents that God gave you and roll with it and help others.
Yeah. And that's kind of what we do here with Tiki Man Radio is we call it a Tiki Man Radio family, you know, and when the family shows up in Key West or Panama City or Jamaica or where, you know, the ones that are going down to Dominican Republic or right here for the summer party, you know, it always makes me feel good. And that's a good statement. I would say that as we approach 10 years next year, which is hard to believe, that, you know, it's probably the best thing I've ever done is to be a part of radio. And I really kind of owe that all to you as far as giving me the idea of having to, you know, you got to have a creative mind to do this. You have to have a creative mind to do this. But you know, little did I know that it would lead to this long of a venture, and it's been a lot of fun, man.
I'll tell you what, you know, for the 10-year anniversary, I've got to get down to the chocolate bar. It's been a while since I've been there.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sitting here this morning watching this show with my girlfriend. And, you know, she's never been to Key West. And I said, well, you know, I got to get you to Key West. And, you know, we're looking at all the vids and the pics.
Yeah.
And I said, we got to do this. And then I talk about, you know, your place and Harrison Bay. And I said, you know, we're going to make it. We're going to go there.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I said, listen, you know, we're just going to do it. So for 10-year anniversary, we got to be there. You hear that, honey? We got to be there. So.
Yeah. Let's make it happen, honey. All right.
That's right, sweetheart.
Because, you know, we've got some pictures of you up here on the wall in the chocolate bar, but we need to get some pictures of her up on the chocolate bar wall, too, you know.
Oh, yeah. She's a little camera shy. She's looking over. And, but great chef. She brought over some lasagna last night. Just a wonderful woman. But we're looking forward to, you know, I'm introducing her to our world because I've never talked radio, you know, other than the fact that if you Google my name, you'll find out anything you want about me out there on the web. Like it or not, it's there.
Right.
And I don't talk about it much, but so she's kind of amazed at what's going on here today. And, you know, I've got a studio right down the hallway here. So, but I'm just out here chilling, doing the headset mic thing, and it feels so good to be back on. But 2 hours yesterday, brother, it was like I don't talk to anybody for 2 hours other than Danny Lynn.
Well, that's true. I was talking about it earlier in the show that we don't talk all the time, but we don't let a lot of grass grow underneath us without touching base. And you know, the holidays seems like an annual time where we kind of get together and chit chat a little bit about the year and what's going on. And of course, I'm always throwing out, man, we got to get you back on the radio. We got to get you back on the morning show, you know, because that's your passion, man. That's who you are.
Thank you. And after 2 hours yesterday, and you know, after our discussion, I definitely want to come back, do something. And again, it's just an amazing journey. I'm looking forward to it. You know, I'm really looking forward to, and we're still, you know, trying to come up with the backline story, how we're going to resurrect everything here.
Yeah.
I like that, whether it's with 12-volt batteries or a diesel generator, but we're going to get the coconut fiber wire fired up again. And, you know, speaking of which, you know, back in the days when I started that station, I mean, we were using fiber wire interfaces, and it was all brand new. I mean, internet radio was brand spanking new. The only two shows I believe before me were Trop Rock Mafia and then Beachfront.
Yep, DJ Jeff.
And I rolled, Jeff, and then you know, I rolled along and just said, you know, I don't know what I'm doing here, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. And then became friends with Matt Hoggett, and then when Matt signed with Jimmy, and Jimmy said I could do Matt shows, and it just all took off.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm truly blessed, and I want to thank everybody for just being a part of it. And for your listeners, I just want to let them know that, you know, there's a lot of work goes into this. What you do every day, the backline story and all the volunteers you have and the staff and the DJs, it's a lot of work. And, you know, I stay out of your hair because I know what it's like. You're creators, your DJs are creators. You don't need anybody poking around and making, as far as, people on the inside making suggestions.
Yeah.
I don't even listen to my old shows.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised at what you pulled up yesterday. You've got everything archived of me.
Absolutely.
I don't even listen to my shows because I'm afraid if I critique them too hard, I'll change what I do.
Yes.
It's funny you say that because that's exactly what you do. I don't listen to any of my shows either. Once it's out there, it's recorded and it's preserved, right?
Right.
Because one day we're going to go to the big tiki bar in the sky, and maybe there's an archive. Kind of like we play all of Paul Harvey's stuff, on the Jukebox Saturday. So it's archived out there. And found a guy in Indiana that has every episode of Paul Harvey in alphabetical order, and he sent them to me. He's like, man, Jukebox Saturday needs some Paul Harvey in it. I'm sending you every one of these I got. I'm like, holy crap. So
that was awesome.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. I'm a big fan of Paul Harvey and, all the great broadcasters, like the old Bob Hope and the old Dean Martin.
Yeah.
Bob got started in radio at the very beginning. Then television came out at the very beginning, and Bob was in television. But I like to listen to those old guys. And then, of course, some names are escaping me, but the greats, and you learn from them. Larry King.
Larry King was awesome.
I bought his book, How to Talk to Anybody, Anytime, Anywhere. And, I've carried those life lessons with me through radio, work, and everywhere else.
Yeah.
But as far as resurrecting the island, yeah, I think, I think we're going to get that generator fired up. And, I had a meeting with the tribal elders and the witch doctor the other day, and they like it. It's a noble and just cause.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That's right. The world of Ohana needs you, Johnny. It needs you.
Well, at least on the island, everybody's covered under tribal health care and Medichan.
Yeah.
That's right.
Great stuff there, and looking forward to it. We've been talking about it, but I think maybe for the 10-year anniversary, we'll have to take a trip back to the island and just get lost again.
Yeah, that'd be great, man. And of course, it's funny, as we're talking yesterday, we both of us started talking about your retirement, coming up in a few years, and what we wanted to do, and it always goes back to radio. Radio. Yeah. If I could retire from everything else I got my hands in, which is a lot, and just focus on doing radio, that's probably where my passion would be at.
Yeah, that's where we're both going to be, Danny. It's, I can walk away from work in 10 months and just go back to the island. So I'm happy with that. I'm happy, but we'll see.
Yeah.
It's, it's an amazing journey. It's our passion. It's what we do.
I was surprised that, I guess I wasn't surprised, but it was amazing thing that happened yesterday whenever I posted the post and tagged you on it that you were going to be on the show. And then I went over to Tiki Island Radio and put it over there. And then immediately your phone started blowing up with people that, have been missing that interaction, with the world famous Johnny B.
Well, thank you. And thank you for the kind words. I've been listening to this, and thank you. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm a very humble person. None of this goes to my head. I have no ego, and I don't allow egos in my studio. Neither does Danny. What we do from the heart. Because basically celebrity status, that and a nickel won't buy you a cup of coffee.
That's right. That's right.
That's the absolute truth. And I want to give a shout out to Captain Scott Blaylock from Lake Charles, Louisiana, who's currently up in North Carolina. He was one of the phone calls I got yesterday, and he's getting ready to set sail around the world. He's leaving out from the Carolinas, heading to the Bahamas. I asked him, how long are you going to be in the Bahamas? And he said, for a hot second, brother, then we're moving on.
Wow.
Yeah, Captain Joe Bourbon, we still keep in touch. Captain Joe up in Canada. Captain Mike Sweeney, who's back up in Canada. He was the original captain on the One Love that we talked about.
Yep.
One Love Cat. But all these captains on the island, good morning, everybody up and at 'em, man. And God bless you. That's a tough crew to host the show, because when I make mistakes, they're the first to call.
Yeah.
They're a tough bunch.
Well, You know, and we were talking about my book this morning, and of course, you know, the reason I started writing books was because of you. You got a couple of books out there, and we kind of went down that road and kind of figured out how to do it, and you know, because I'm a student of my own art, you know, but I'm always trying to learn new things, always trying to figure out things, and but you know, it's are those books still out there?
Yeah, everything's out there. The Backyard Tiki Bar, Trop Crock Cooking, Cooking with the Trop Rock Stars. What a great way to promote the artist. It was a lot of fun. Yeah. And, of course, you always, you know, you do live shows with those things. You make beer money.
That's right. That's right.
Remember that in Panama City? I mean, you and I did some shows in Panama City, and it's like with every book sale, I'm going over to the little tiki bar that was next to the broadcast booth. 2 more beers.
Two more beers, yeah. Sign some books, get some beer money.
Beer money, man. And good morning, Bahama Brad.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, he did such a great job.
Oh, man.
You know, he did great.
He's fantastic,
you know,
yeah.
He was
fantastic job.
He was a natural at it, and he did 2 types of shows. He did the kind of like the 50s and 60s style music, swing music, and then he had the newer music, you know, with Surfside on Saturday, you know. But he was really into it, and then later he did like a sports thing that him and his buddy did, and all kinds of stuff. But those were the days, man, when we all had time to kind of perfect everything, and then working with the other DJs. But, you know, we had Robbie Collada on the show not too long ago, and, you know, 4 or 5 months ago, I guess. And Rick Martinez, when he released his children's book, we had him on the show.
Yeah, I remember that. And by the way, good morning, Sunshine and Doug. Hope everything's well.
Yep.
You know, it was such a ride. And, you know, you have continued this ride. You've continued this journey. I look at what you're doing. There's days I look and I'm like, man, I'm jealous. You know, I'd like to be back out on the road. But then I remember how hard it truly is. And I'm like, well, better him than me. But, you know, those were the days when, you know, basically I had to fly in all that equipment on a C-130 cargo plane to do a live show anywhere. Nowadays, you can carry it in on a backpack.
I know.
I know. I was telling Johnny yesterday, we was talking about our Wi-Fi router that we got now.
Right.
And I'm like, listen, Johnny, the days of me burying 100 feet, or Doug, when he was in Panama City, big sexy,
digging a trench with the little beach.
We had to not only bring a tent, but we had to have a shovel to bury 100 feet of Ethernet to go into the credit card machine where they were selling the beer we were talking about, so we could have internet to broadcast. Those days are over with, man.
I remember those days. I remember being down at Whiskey Joe's down in Tampa, just outside the airport before sunup, digging that trench over to the stage. You know? And of course, the managers are like, well, just go behind the bar, and you know what it's like out there. There's a lot of traffic around the bar, and here we are before sunup with flashlights around the bar, the cash registers, and looks like we're breaking into the place. You know? I figure, well, if the cop stops, just tell them, well, who we are, what we're doing, we're just digging a hole, that's all.
Yeah.
Digging a trench.
That's good stuff, man. But we got to resurrect the island, man. Tiki Island Radio on Tiki Man Radio, or Tiki Island Radio Bar and Grill, whatever. You know, we got to figure all this out, man.
We got to figure it out because, you know, we got the iTiki Telegraph that can put the news over the Tiki Man Radio. Mm-hmm. You know, remember the old dee
yeah.
You know, and then we got to have a voice encoder or transcriber come in and all the sound effects. Yeah. But, I'd love to get back to that. And I look back at that journey, like, oh, my God. I mean, planes, rental cars, more rental cars, hotels. And you just wake up. You don't even know where you're at. Yeah. But it was such a great ride. It was. And we were living like rock stars, dude. It was just a blast. And I see you guys doing it. I'm like, okay, now I'm really getting jealous. He's down at Bob Marley's. You know, like, okay, but I just remember all the travel and phew, you know what it was like.
Yeah.
I was just kind of like, all right, so if I do anything with the island, it's me and you, and we're going to roll with it.
Yeah, well, that's it. You know, people need, like we said, the aloha. They need ohana out there. People need to be. It's still the same as it was 10 years ago. People need positive vibes in their life. You know, probably more now than ever, because the world is so damn crazy. you got to take a break from the daily grind, as you used to say, and come over here and have some fun. And we've continued to carry those tiki torches for damn near 10 years. So.
I'll tell you what, you're doing a great job. Seriously, I look at your crew and I'm like, all right, this could work. I mean, I'm looking at everything. It's just that morning spot. And once again, God bless you for the kind words, because you said you held it open and nobody could do the morning show, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm like, okay, well, I remember the days of getting up at ridiculous hours to do that morning show. Like, am I ready to do this again? I have to be retired and well rested.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't have to be 7 a.m. It could be like an 8 to 10 or something, or 9 to 12 or something like that. We can adjust it or whatever, but the 7 o'clock slot, I think it was 7 to 10, wasn't it? 7 to 10 at the time?
I believe so.
Yeah. 7 to 10, that's when people are going to work and people are going, they listen a little bit, they go away, another crew, comes in, and, it just kind of carries on till we get to the people that nobody's working. they're just listening, So it was a great thing.
On Facebook all day long. How you doing? Love and life. Good to see you. How you been?
Yeah.
But I missed the weekend forecasts and all that. I remember when Jim Cantori would tune in, and what a great time, man. And I think we can do this again. And I think just by being ourselves, we don't have to recreate anything. We just pick it up, just turn on the generator and let it roll.
That's it, man. Just pick right back up where you left off. There's no doubt about it. Well, we'd love to get you down here. The summer party is July the 6th. We've got Tim Campbell and the Tropical Attitudes Band. They're going to be headlining the stage. B-Man and Misha are coming up from Key West. Jack Mosley has moved to Sweetwater, Tennessee, which is right up the road here.
Just 45 minutes away.
No kidding.
Yeah. And
so he'll be here.
He'll be here, and God knows how many other people will be here. But as far as artists goes, it's always a good time. We'd love to have you, and but you don't have to come for a big party. You can come anytime. Y'all come down for the weekend or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, there you go, honey.
Yeah.
We're heading down to Tennessee.
All right.
We'll be sending you some clips and stuff, and I'm going to get into the studio, and like I said, I'll send you some stuff over, and you don't have to reply. Just if you like it, you like it. You see where I'm going with it. But I'm looking forward to saying, whatever we call it, whether it's Tiki Island, Tiki Island here on Tiki Man Radio, or I'm just looking forward to that. So, we've got something going on, everybody, and I'm looking forward to coming back. Also, Rick Martinez. I saw that post of him as cousin Ernie from the Christmas movie.
Yes.
Oh my God, that was hysterical.
Yes.
Well, in a lot of ways, we're all still doing the same thing. Rick Martinez is still out there with, doing the pirate gig with the kids and helping out the kids and doing his thing. I mean, in a lot of ways, we've all kind of just stayed doing what we truly love to do. Yeah.
All right. So I'm coming back.
All right. Sounds good.
Oh, we got to get out. Here we go. There we go. We'll figure it out, Johnny. I don't care whatever happens in the future. This is where you belong, and I know you love it, so we got to figure it out.
Yeah, I can't. Honestly, when you played those clips, I'm like, who is that guy?
That's you.
Like, who is that guy? Did he even take a breath?
Let's see if I got another one in here. Let's see what else I got here. Let's see.
Yeah, I just got to work up my lines live from way far south of somewhere north here on Tiki Man Radio. This is Johnny B from way far south of somewhere north. Good morning, everybody.
Let's see what this one is. Here, let's see what this is.
Friday with Traffic Jams for your traffic jams with yours truly, Johnny B here at TikiOnRadio.com. That's Mr. Henry Capono, the man himself. Yes, indeed. So I've been posting some pics here, going back through our archives, and, so many great memories out there on the road. Good morning once again, Lake Charles, Louisiana.
There we go, man.
Yeah, we're going back in the
our archives. Yeah.
I don't know where that stuff came from. Those days I think I was channeling through a greater power, and woo, boy, did I have some energy.
Yes, you did.
Well, energy's good, man. It keeps everybody pumped up and keeps everybody happy, and that's what keeps the tiki torches lit for sure.
Yeah, and thank you again for like when you said, I think you had mentioned, whenever you do an interview, it always goes back to Well, tell us, how'd you get started? And, well, there was this crazy guy, Johnny B.
Yeah.
Really off the hook on the edge of reality out there, deep in the South Pacific, and
Yeah.
that's how we got started.
Well, I
But
always
landed mystical.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember when I found out you weren't on a mythical island. I was pissed off. I'm like, what the hell? I thought you was out in the middle of the Caribbean or somewhere, And
But you know what, Johnny? We have new listeners that think the same thing about us.
Yeah,
they
a lot of
say
people-
they say I thought you were in Key West.
yeah, a
And
lot
we're
of people do
like,
think
nope,
we're in Key West.
Nope, we're
Yeah.
in Tennessee.
But it's all good stuff. But it usually starts out with, how did you get in radio? And I'm like, well, first of all, you don't get into radio. You fall into it.
I know that's right.
Head first, you fall, and there's no coming out.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I am in the witness protection program here on the island, so nobody knows that. The tribal elders have said it's a noble cause, but you can't reveal where you're at. But just let everyone know that they're covered on their tribal health care and Medichan. It's all good.
Yep.
And everything is all good. Aloha.
Aloha. That's right. That's right.
Absolutely. Peace, love, and aloha. Aloha kakahiaka, everybody. God bless. We love you.
There you go, man. There you go. Well, listen, buddy, I appreciate you joining us, and coming up
Thank
on
you,
10
sir.
years, we got to get together, get you down here, for a weekend, maybe do the Sunday show with us or whatever, and have some fun. It'd be great.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very much to talk here today, and looking forward to working with everybody again. Everybody keep up a good job, and we'll see you soon.
All right,
Thanks,
buddy. We'll talk to
Johnny.
you soon, man.
Yes, sir. We'll see you.
All right,
Bye-bye,
buddy.
everybody. Aloha.
Hello.